1. What is the charge of a neutron? Answer: C. 0. Explanation: a neutron is a neutral particle with no charge. It is found in the nucleus of an atom alongside protons. 2. Which of the following atomic models could not explain the origin of spectral lines? Answer: B. Thomson's atomic model. Explanation: Thomson's atomic model, also known as the plum pudding model, could not explain the origin of spectral lines. It was later corrected by Rutherford's and Bohr's models, which provided explanations for the atomic spectra. 3. What does the principal quantum number n determine? Answer: C. The energy level or shell explanation. The principal quantum number n determines the main energy level or shell in which an electron is located. The higher the value of n, the farther the electron is from the nucleus. 4. What is the maximum number of electrons that can be placed in the third shell? N equals 3. Answer: C. 18. Explanation: the maximum number of electrons in any shell is given by the formula 2n squared. For n equals 3, the maximum number of electrons is 2 times 3 squared equals 18. 5. Which of the following statements is true about isotopes? Answer: A. They have the same number of protons but a different number of neutrons. Explanation: isotopes are atoms of the same element that have the same number of protons but different numbers of neutrons, leading to different mass numbers. 6. Which of the following is the correct electron configuration for carbon? Sudden C. Answer: B. 1s squared 2s squared 2p squared. Explanation: carbon, atomic number 6, has 6 electrons. Its electron configuration is 1s2 2s2 2p2 1s22 s22 p2, where the first 2 electrons fill the 1s orbital, the next 2 fill the 2s orbital, and the remaining 2 fill the 2p orbital. 7. In which of the following types of bonds are electrons shared between atoms? Answer: B. Covalent bonds. Explanation: in covalent bonds, electrons are shared between atoms. This is different from ionic bonds, where electrons are transferred, and metallic bonds, where electrons are delocalized. 8. Which of the following is true about ionic compounds? Answer: C. They are soluble in water and conduct electricity in aqueous form. Explanation: ionic compounds generally form crystalline solids and conduct electricity when dissolved in water, because the ions are free to move in solution. 9. Which of the following elements does not have isotopes? Answer: D. All elements have isotopes. Explanation: all elements, including hydrogen, carbon, and nitrogen, have isotopes. Hydrogen has isotopes like protium, deuterium, and tritium. 10. Which of the following quantum numbers describes the orientation of an orbital? Answer: C. Magnetic quantum number. Explanation: the magnetic quantum number, m, describes the orientation of the orbital in space. The principal quantum number, n, indicates the energy level. The azimuthal quantum number, L, describes the shape of the orbital, and the spin quantum number, S, indicates the spin of the electron. 11. What happens to the atomic number when a beta particle is emitted? Answer: B. It increases by 1. Explanation: when a beta particle, an electron, is emitted, a neutron in the nucleus decays into a proton, increasing the atomic number by 1. But the mass number remains unchanged, 12. Which of the following is an example of a covalent bond? Answer: C. H2. O. Explanation: water, H2O, is formed by covalent bonds, where electrons are shared between hydrogen and oxygen atoms. Nickel, KBr, and MgO are ionic compounds. 13. What is the main feature of Rutherford's atomic model? Answer: C. The nucleus is very small and positively charged. Explanation: Rutherford's model proposed that the atom consists of a tiny, dense, positively charged nucleus at the center, with electrons revolving around it. 14. What is the result of alpha decay? Answer: B. Atomic number decreases by 2 and mass number decreases by 4. Explanation: during alpha decay, an alpha particle, 2 protons and 2 neutrons, is emitted, which decreases the atomic number by 2 and the mass number by 4. 15. Which of the following statements is true about the wave-particle duality of matter? Answer: C. Electrons and light both exhibit properties of both waves and particles. Explanation: the wave-particle duality principle states that both electrons and light can exhibit characteristics of both particles and waves depending on the experiment. 16. What is the shape of the p orbital? Answer: B. Dumbbell-shaped. Explanation: the p orbital has a characteristic dumbbell shape, with 2 lobes extending in opposite directions from the nucleus. 17. What is the relationship between the wavelength and frequency of a wave? Answer: B. Wavelength is inversely proportional to frequency. Explanation: the wavelength and frequency of a wave are related by the equation c equals lambda times f, where c is the speed of light, lambda is the wavelength, and f is the frequency. When frequency increases, wavelength decreases, and vice versa. 18. Which of the following quantum numbers defines the shape of an orbital? Answer: B. Azimuthal quantum number L. Explanation: the azimuthal quantum number L defines the shape of the orbital. For example, when L equals 0, the orbital is spherical, S, and when L equals 1, the orbital is dumbbell-shaped, P. 19. What is the maximum number of electrons that can occupy the second energy level? N equals 2. Answer: B. 8. Explanation: the maximum number of electrons in an energy level is given by 2n squared. For n equals 2, the maximum number of electrons is 2 times 2 squared equals 8. 20. Which of the following elements has the largest atomic radius? Answer: D. Lithium, Li. Explanation: atomic radius increases as you move down a group in the periodic table. Lithium is in the first group and has the largest atomic radius compared to fluorine, oxygen, and carbon, which are in higher periods. 21. In a covalent bond, what happens to the electrons? Answer: B. Electrons are shared equally or unequally between atoms. Explanation: in a covalent bond, electrons are shared between atoms. If the sharing is equal, it forms a non-polar covalent bond. If unequal, it forms a polar covalent bond. 22nd. Which of the following is a characteristic of ionic bonds? Answer: A. High melting and boiling points. Explanation: ionic compounds tend to have high melting and boiling points due to the strong electrostatic forces between oppositely charged ions in the crystal lattice. 23rd. Which of the following elements is most likely to form an anion? Answer: B. Chlorine, Cl. Explanation: chlorine is a nonmetal that readily gains an electron to form a negatively charged ion, anion, Cl-, to achieve a stable electron configuration. 24. What happens during gamma decay? Answer: C. A photon is emitted. Explanation: gamma decay involves the emission of a high-energy photon, gamma ray, from the nucleus, often following other types of decay, without changing the number of protons or neutrons in the nucleus. 25. Which of the following ions has the same electron configuration as neon, Ne? Answer: D. All of the above. Explanation: the ions Na+, O2, and Mg2+, all have the electron configuration of neon, 1s squared, 2s squared, 2p6, because they each have 10 electrons, similar to neon's electron configuration. 26. Which of the following is a characteristic of metals? Answer: C. They are malleable and ductile. Explanation: metals are typically malleable, can be hammered into sheets, and ductile, can be drawn into wires, due to the mobility of their electrons in the metallic bond. 27. Which subatomic particle is responsible for the chemical properties of an atom? Answer: C. Electron. Explanation: The chemical properties of an atom are determined by the arrangement of its electrons, especially those in the outermost shell, valence electrons. 28th. Which of the following statements best describes an ionic bond? Answer: B. It forms when electrons are transferred from one atom to another, resulting in oppositely charged ions. Explanation: an ionic bond forms when an electron is transferred from a metal atom to a non-metal atom, creating positively charged cations and negatively charged anions that are held together by electrostatic forces. 29. Which of the following is the correct electron configuration for the ion Ca-? Answer: A. 1s squared 2s squared 2p to the power of 6 3 squared 3p to the power of 6. Explanation: chlorine, scale, has 17 electrons, and when it gains one electron to form Ca-, it attains the electron configuration of argon, R, which is 1s squared, 2s squared 2, p 6 3s squared, 3p 6. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to join us and celebrate these incredible accomplishments. Your support and engagement mean so much to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on future content. See you next time.